Hello, friend. This is Donna Reiners, and I'm here to do a training on while you're building, if you want to maintain your rank. You know, our business is all about making managers, right? So you become a manager, which is 2 people on the left and 2 people on the right, minimum. And then you make managers. Well, let's say you're moving toward, you want to maintain director. And you have someone who's willing to become a manager and they want to be a manager, but they're not quite ready to build like big right now, but they're willing to become a manager. And that's going to help you maintain your rank of director because you already have a manager on the other side that's pretty strong. Like, okay, that's helpful, right? While other people are beginning to build and starting to build until you have someone that takes off. So along the way to where you're going, if you want to maintain your rank while you're on the way to where you're going, the best way to do that is to have all your shipments, including yours, land within the same pay week. Because then that means everyone has they're in the 30-day cycle at the same time. So all of you, that means you would be manager every 30 days and so on. If nobody ever stops their monthly shipment, of course. Excuse me. So let me show you how that works so you understand. And, you know, if you enroll carefully or you get people on maintenance plans and those kind of things after they're at least a silver or more, while you're qualifying, while you're working your business, while you're getting more people enrolled and on the product and that kind of thing, then these are just things we can do strategically to help you along the way with ranking. Listen, this is just about ranking today. Okay, this is what this is about. And if you're a builder, you understand that's kind of how it rolls as you're working in your business toward trips and things of that nature. So I want to share my screen and show you my calendar. If you could just kind of try to take this in, it could help you. All right. Just a second, let me hide this so I can see you. Okay. Now let's just say now that your personal, let's say you're the one who's become a manager. It could be that you're helping someone maintain being a manager, okay? But let's say you're a builder and you're becoming a manager because you want to help your upline keep their position, their rank, while they're on the way to their building and while you're building. And because that's what we do. If you're not helping your upline and your downline, you're not a real builder. If you're just doing, listen, I know that we concern ourselves with cycling, and absolutely we need to cycle. And I want you to cycle. I want to cycle. But also along the way we're going, your first goal is to become a manager. That's your first goal. And when you become a manager, your next goal is to keep your managership. And the way you do that is continue to add to the left and the right and the left and the right and the left and the right. That's how you continue to keep it. But strategically, if you have people that can cooperate you and help you maintain, that's helpful as you're moving forward. So let's say you are the person that's made manager and your shipment is the 22nd of the month. So here we are in November. I'm just going to make some stuff up. So your shipment is on the 22nd. Here you are. And let's say that you have, and that is, by the way, that's the 4th week of the month. Okay. This month. So there's the 22nd. And let's say you have another person whose shipment is on the 25th of the month. Well, look at that. You're both in the 4th week of the month. What a blessing. But then let's say, so that's you have you and one other person. But let's say the second person you have on your team is on the 27th, which is the 5th week of this month. The 5th week. Because, you know, there's several months where we have five weeks instead of 4 weeks, 4-week month. It's like, whoops, they're outside of that time frame. And then you have another person whose shipment is the second week of the month. So your goal, if you need to maintain manager while you're on the way to where you're going, your goal while you're building is to have as many of your shipments in 1 week, along with where your monthly shipment is. Because if it is like that, guess what that means? That means that you will maintain being a manager every 30 days, as long as nobody stops your monthly shipment. So what's the strategy in this? When you're attempting to go on a trip, which requires you having managers that require you to rank up to director, that require you to rank up to, and all those kind of things. When you are ranking up with specific goals, your goal is not just to become a manager, have 2 and 2, and that's the end of it. Your goal is to be 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 5, 10 and 4, you keep going back and forth, and you start cycling. You start paying attention to how you cycle to make certain you're cycling so you're making money. But also, it's not just about you making money. It's about the person who enrolled you making money, because as you cycle, they get 20% of whatever you cycle with. If you're personally enrolled, they get 25% of whatever you cycle. What a blessing. And the reason you pay attention to that is because if you start building, you want other people to pay attention so that they help you cycle as well, because we're a team. We affect one another. We help one another. We invest in one another. We have intention toward one another because we are part of one another's income. That's the close-knitness we're supposed to walk this thing out with, because we have an investment in one another. Okay. And so the goal, now what would you do? So this is where it gets sticky, because if you already have everybody's monthly shipments, you're like, oh man, wow. You could politely ask, hey, if it's someone would it be all right if I moved your shipment back just a couple of days? So like this one on the 27th, you could ask, would it be too much trouble if I could, set your monthly shipment on the 24th of every month, and just see what they say? They may not care. As long as you are making sure it's every 30 days. That's what matters, every 30 days. And so you could ask that. You could also, let's say one of these people who's, let's say theirs is on the second, what if they're in a specific kind of situation and that they really need, it would help them to have a program, like, 30 days, 60 days is this, or 90 days of this, and 60 days of this, you could say, hey, look, I was thinking about you. And I was thinking that we could get your program set up to help you while you're still on your monthly shipment of the X39, of course. We could get you the 90 days of the SB6 and the 60 days of the Energy Enhancer for only $349. Plus shipping and tax, of course. And then you have that with you, and you can start planning out. You could submit that to them, because why? Because then they are active on that 6-month maintenance plan. They're active the next 6 months, starting the month you do it. And then that means they're active every 30 days. And that means you're covered with that account. So if you're a builder, I hope you're hearing and seeing what I'm saying. Everything's based on your 30-day cycle. And so if you have 3 people here, but one of them's over here, then in this month, when it comes to here, you're going to fall out of being paid as a manager, because you don't have, because you have to have the 2 and 2 every single week in order to stay manager in that pay week. The pay week's Monday through Sunday. That's how that works. And remember, in order to be a manager, your enrollments are silvers and above. You need 2 and 2 to be the minimum manager, but you don't want to stop with that. Oh gosh, you're never going to cycle if you just do 2 and 2, right? But your first goal is manager. So one on the left, one on the right, and then one on the left, on the right, make manager, and keep moving. If you need help, reach out to me, 281-948-5642. If you're seeing this, you're probably on my team. And I bless you and happy to help you. It's Donna. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and go from there. Here we go. Let me know if I can help you. See ya.